Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you, if you're a beginner, the beginning to end process for making candy apples. First we're going to start with cleaning the apples, and then we're going to let them sit for 48 hours, and I will show you the reason why. And we'll come back in 24 hours, see what the apples look like, and then we'll come back in 48 hours and we'll do the finishing, dipping the apples in the candy and whatnot. So I have my water boiling, just some regular hot water. I have my rag I use. I only use this for my apples only. I use this to dip them in and out of the hot water. And I have my apples. And I'm just going to use this to put the apples on, and then I want to show you why we let them sit for 48 hours. Alright, so basically what you want to do is you want to check all your apples. You want to make sure there are no bruises, no soft spots, no cuts or openings anywhere. You're going to remove all your stickers. Sorry, y'all don't have any nails. Some of them have stems and some of them won't. But again, make sure all your apples are good. So remove all your stems and remove all of your stickers. Now, I only have 6 apples because I don't want this video to be too long. So, you only want to let your apples sit in the water for 8 seconds. No longer, unless there are larger apples, you can go up to 10 seconds, but I would say no longer than 8. So I'll do 3 at a time. And you want to wipe them down real good. I don't know if you can see the wax right here. You just want to make sure you wipe your apples down real good. Some people set theirs in cold water. Everybody has their own way of doing it, and this is what works for me, so this is what I do. And I would tell anybody who wants to get in this business, there are 1,000,001 ways to learn this. So if you take what you learn from me, take what you learn from somebody else, take what you learn from somebody else, and if that's what works for you, then by all means do what works for you. And if you hear that squeaking sound, you'll know that basically means that your apple is wax free. And I'm not rubbing hard. And with the rag or with my finger. That noise just verifies that you remove most of the wax to all of the wax from your apple. Water is hot, so please be very, very careful. Alright, so that is how you clean your apples. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, there you go. You guys can see that. As soon as the wax is removed, from the apple, you'll see where the sap starts being released, and that is going to release the stuff from the apple for 48 hours. You can do same day cleaning and dipping. You can do next day cleaning and dipping, whatever works for you. Me, myself, 48 hours all the time. No bubbles, nice shiny glass mirror effect. But that, all right, here we have 4 apples, 4 different stages, and I'll explain each stage. Okay, here we have the first one. This apple has not been dipped in the hot water, so it still has wax on it. And if you come over to the second one, you'll see the difference. It just came out of the water, so it is the wax has been removed, and as you can see, the sap has immediately started to seep out of the apple. Now here is the third one, which has been cleaned for 24 hours now, and you can see the difference in the color. I haven't wiped it down yet. I'll be getting ready to do that in a few minutes. Now here you have the fourth apple. You can see the difference, and this apple has been cleaned and wiped down. 48-hour process. Alright, so we're going to get this video started. First, you're going to need your silicone mat. You're going to need 2 cups of sugar, a half a cup of water. We're going to do white apples, so we have the white food coloring. A half a cup of carrot syrup. We're going to do panda theme, so we have our pandas, we have our sticks, our straws, 6 apples, and this is what they look like after 48 hours of sitting once you clean them. You're going to need a cup of hot water. You're going to need your candy thermometer. You're going to make sure you need a spatula that can withhold the heat of the temperature of the candy, and which is 300. You're going to need your pot. You're going to need your rag to wipe your apples down one last time. Your glue gun for your pandas, and you're going to need a napkin. And let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to start out by wiping our apples down one more time. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of sap still on the apples. So we're going to wipe them down one good time. And remember, it's easier when you have all of your supplies and your equipment together. It may seem like a lot, but it's not. And so that this won't be too long or get boring, I'm going to stop in between. And once I get everything together, I'll just make one video. Okay, so you can push these down, or you can do what I'm doing. Just find you any type of mallet to insert your sticks and your straws. And what you want to do is, I prefer to turn my apples bottom up because it's more even on the bottom versus the top. Some of them will be slanted different ways, so I prefer to go in through the top. I mean through the bottom. That's too much noise. I'm gonna move these over here. See, you only want it in there enough to know that it's not going to come back out. Now what you'll do is, being it's the panda theme, I have some bamboo straws. I'm just gonna insert it over the stick. Slides on easy. Sometimes these sticks will bend, sometimes they'll go on perfect. And I'm going to show you why you need to make sure you have a napkin. Okay, so this is why you want to make sure you have a napkin. Excuse me, y'all. Right in here where you insert the straw and the stick, sometimes the juice will seep up from the apple. So you want to just basically go around in here and get that juice up, because you don't want any, excuse me, you don't want any bubbles on your apple. So you just go through all of them and wipe them down. You want to do a medium to high heat, so I go right at 6 because I have an electric stove. So I'm going to add my half a cup of water. My half a cup of carob syrup, and you want to make sure you get it all out because you want your measurements of everything to be on point and cook how it's supposed to. So yeah, we're trying to get all of that out of there. And it's easier if you add your liquid ingredients and then add your sugar. It's a little easier to mix. And your 2 cups of sugar. And you just slowly mix until it's well combined, because you don't want any sugar crystals. And once you've mixed it well, what you'll do is take your spatula and go around the pot and make sure you get, if you guys can see the sugar. Just take it and bounce it around in some water, and that'll help clean the edges. Get the sugar from around your pot. There you go. And I forgot to mention earlier, I use clear vanilla. And this is the brand that I use. You can use any brand, but I prefer clear vanilla. And we're going to use since it's a half a batch, I'm just going to use a 1/4 teaspoon. It doesn't take much. I usually just pour it in there, but since I'm doing this video, my first video, I will use all the measurements. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to stop this video and let this candy cook up. Till about 295 because I'm doing white, so I don't want the color to alter. And when you insert your thermometer, you want to make sure it doesn't touch the bottom of the pot. See that little gray piece right there? You want it to just go in at the top. And we're just gonna let this cook until it's time to come back. Okay, so we're at 295. I'm going to go ahead and remove my candy from the heat. The reason I stop at 295 is because when you're doing white, you don't want your candy to start to brown. Some people go to 300, but I stop at 295. Just going to add a generous amount to white. Don't want to add too much because you can mess up your candy mixture. But you want to add just enough to where you can't see the apple. And as you can see, this spoon is purple, but you can't see the spoon through the candy. So you know we got just enough white. Get our apples. So I like to tilt my pot and scrape all my candy down, but please be very, very careful because this candy is hot. And once it sticks to your skin, you cannot just shake it off. So what you do is you tilt your pot. Maybe so y'all can see. Alright, so what you do is you tilt your pot, put your apple in there, you don't let it touch the pot. Just turn it and lift it up. Alright, you want to scrape a little bit at the bottom. What I do is turn mine upside down like this, but be careful because the candy can drip. Turn it upside down because you want to still seal the candy in between the stick and the apple. Just place it on your mat and you do the rest as follows. See, when you scrape the bottom, you get the perfect round apple, and you're not scraping all the candy off the bottom of that apple. You still have candy on the bottom. Alright, so we're just gonna let these sit here and cool. I'm gonna let these cool and I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so I have let my apples sit. I got these little boxes, like Wedding Favor boxes from Hobby Lobby. You have to insert, make your own hole. I just use my glue gun, and then once it cools, I'll just cut off that extra plastic. And what you'll do is you'll stick your apple through the hole, place it in the box. And there you have it. Through the hole, put it in your box, and close it. And there you have the perfect apple. And I will take a short video and a couple of pictures and put at the end so you guys can see how it turned out. So next what you do is you'll get your glue gun and your images, which is the panda theme. And I want to do these to the top, so you're just taking, add a line of glue to the back. You can place it directly here, or you can place it here. I want to do it here because I'm going to add a ribbon. So here's, and the ribbon will go right down here. So let's finish these right quick. You can use boxes or you can use bags. Just depends on what your customer is paying for. And you don't have to have all the same images. I have two different images here. take your bowls. And you just put them around the bottom of the apple. And you just twist it. You just want to kind of wrap it around the bottom to put it up so it's not hanging all over the place. Or you can cut it after you tie it. So you can put it there or you can slide it down. Alright, and we'll be back once I get them all done. Now here you go, panda theme.